So this story begins a series called Tales of New Orleans, and this is I Met the Devil in a jazz bar in New Orleans. When I was 19, I met the devil in a jazz bar in New Orleans. It was a swing bar, and when I say swing, well, you know. New Orleans is a bustling, chaotic place, especially on Mardi Gras, but looking back, I'd have sooner traded my bead necklace for a rosary. I made my way through a crowd of people in various states of inebriation and nudity, and had found myself in front of a speakeasy. My brother Tom had recommended the place, and I was more than eager to drown my sorrows in cheap liquor and the blues. Edelweiss, the password was, the almost mystical flower that grows on northern slopes in Western Europe. You can spend your whole life looking and never find it. It's a shame, isn't it? Something so coveted being so far out of reach for many. But after all, that's why we covet, isn't it? And it separates those with willpower, those who'll do anything it takes, from those who won't. I sat at the bar, swirling a vintage in a rocks glass to the sound of the live band. The sax player was demiurgic and the melody rang out, flowing like the liquor that was all too readily imbibed. And that's when he sat beside me. I wish I could say he was hideous with horns and fangs, or as handsome as they come with all the false veneer of charm you could muster from the Lord of Lies and Seduction. Yet I cannot remember what he looked like. He was as plain as they come, wearing a dull green tweed jacket worn with age. He sat next to me and said, "Son, the true measure of a man is in brass and liquor," and I agreed. "Tell me, son," he said, "what compels you so to drink your sorrows away?" To which I replied, "Sir, I sought fame and fortune as an entertainer, but I was usurped by another." The devil sighed and drank his liquor. "I know that all too well," he said to me. The liquor had gone to my head, and I found myself sharing more than I had wished to. He sat and listened, and didn't say a word the entire time. He just drank his bourbon and stared deep into my soul. He had a piercing gaze, yet I do not remember the shade of his eyes, just his intense gaze as I spoke about my ails. "Son," he said, interrupting me, "you have my compassion, yet you are not helpless, and clearly you covet the role. And I know a thing or two about coveting. Son," he said, "the other man does not desire that which he has, and as such, he does not deserve it." He peered past my eyes once more, and I looked away. The upbeat sax had begun to bail a mournful tune. "Son, how badly do you want this?" he asked, as his eyes pierced my soul. "Badly," I said. "I'd do anything." He continued to stare at me with his compassionate eyes. "I have a gift for you, son," he said, pulling out a package from his tweed jacket. He handed it to me, and I undid the twine and paper and pulled out an ornate brass blade. "It's yours," he said, "to do with as you wish." He winked and left the bar, and I knew he awaits me, because I got the job. I got the job because I desired it more. I did what it took. I plunged the knife later that evening into that poor bastard's throat, and I knew. Yes, I knew. The devil doesn't make deals. He finds out what the truly desperate want, and he makes them damn themselves all the way down to hell.